I told Doug I had an argument with myself. This good guy save parts, bad guy let it run.
Yeah.
Let it run. No, shut up. Let it run. And then by the time you said 386.
It is setup day. I don't even know what day it is. Thursday. So you can see that the mainline Walmart Summit Parts Plus body is back on. What you haven't seen is the engine in the car that ran 373. After we were inspecting it, it had a hurt cam lobe. In other words, we've had a lifter mess a wheel up. These are roller lifters, and it put a divot in the camshaft. So we had to pull that short block out, put a cam in, got that done, and it's just stacked up. So when I say it's stacked up, the car does not travel with rods and pistons in it, or with the main studs, nuts, tight. You know from watching this, we've been having a lot of trouble, and as I have said, industry-wide with main studs pulling out. So we do not travel with them tight. We do not travel with any connecting rods tight. So when I say the motor's stacked up, it's just an easy way for it to go down the road. Set of heads on it, intake manifold, supercharger. It's just a great place for it to ride going down the road. So tomorrow when we get here, Jimmo will look at the weather and make a determination on head gaskets. I can tell y'all that it is a heat advisory here in the Seattle area. It's over 90 degrees, which is very unusual for up here. But we are just rolling along, getting things ready. We make one qualifying run tomorrow. And the behind the motor plate twins have been putting this rear end, my big broke rear end that y'all will have already seen a video about. They are reassembling that. All the parts came in from Mr. Chrisman, and they are in the process of setting the lash, getting everything all set up. Kaylin has a notebook full of info. First time you've done it yourself though, right?
Yeah, this was unsupervised for us.
Unsupervised. So y'all did one last year at Chrisman's. We kind of talked about that before, but first time on your own.
Yeah.
Izzy has a very serious look about him. I don't know if that's good or bad.
It's hot.
Hot. Yeah, we're in Seattle and it's hot.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah, and it's not raining.
That's true. It's not raining.
So that is kind of what's going on. Just another day, setup day. Kind of typical around here. We've got stuff strode out everywhere, but we made it safe. Everybody's here. Now all we got to do is everything correctly to keep this thing on track, the kind of the way that it ran first round against Josh Hart last week in Sonoma. So I'll check back in later. All right, y'all, something a little different here in Seattle / Kent, wherever the heck this racetrack actually is. The sun can be right in your face. So I've got two helmets with me, one with a clear visor, one with a shaded visor. I'm not typically a shaded visor wearer, but certain time of day, it is a must here. And I can tell you this, it is hot, excessive heat warning. I think if we just go down the racetrack under power, I don't even want to give you a number, I have no idea, but I think a run down the racetrack under power will be a success because it's like 95 degrees. I'm going to bet the track temps 120 or higher. It's going to be a challenge for everybody today on our quotation marks night run. Anyway, we're rolling up.
386, 310 miles an hour.
That's all right.
I'll take it, brother.
Let's go.
Take it.
All right, guys, they kept me down here. Tony was setting one, I was setting two, and then now I think both of us are 1, 2, 3 because I think Langdon passed us.
Sean Langdon.
There is some good cars.
back
Are you dropping me, Joe, just like that?
We're still talking to
See,
you, Frank.
see?
It's
cold out here. Yeah, it's bad.
busy creating content. Jeff, we want Sean Langdon. Just sit tight. What is this on me now?
I guess so.
What's up?
I thought you were running me
Clay
off.
Milliken in the house.
So why do you want to talk to me? What'd I do?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know
Because we got a
either.
long TV show and we need some filler, so you're the guy.
It's called content, Joe.
I am kidding.
I am the content guy.
He's the creator of content.
I'm the creator of content.
Go
Just
for Joe.
just went 386. Kind of did what we want to do right down
Copy
the
that.
racetrack.
We're going to talk to Langdon first, and then we're going to talk to Clay.
Okay.
Clay, you'll be right there.
I keep getting bumped. It's all good though. 386. I think it had a hole out, but doesn't matter. We went down the racetracks what we were trying to do. So very, very good, y'all.
I'm gonna let it, and I didn't see nothing crazy, and I'm just like, I was like having an argument with myself.
Yeah.
I
mean,
see it, but
in my mind, I'm like wanting to shut it off for anything, you
Yes.
know, and I'm like, okay, it's just kind of going down through here. Like I said, it felt decent early.
it's like we said, if we run anything,
Oh, yeah.
that it's gonna be decent, you know.
I think we're fourth,
I think Donna said we're fifth,
fifth, okay.
so Torrance went 81, I guess. I think
think
it tried
once-
to wear some clutch early, and I think that's why I put cylinder out right there, because it's like the motor's a little bit weak here, and then it looks like it's, we'll have to see, but like the motor kind of humps up, so it's like it might be trying to wear some clutch right there. But I mean, overall, it wasn't too bad. Track was, I'll tell you what, I give the track some credit for, like, no funny cars I think smoked the tires that I saw.
I didn't hear none either.
And then I only saw, like, I think Doug spun against us, and then Jim Maroney spun early. But Schumacher went right down there, went 85,
Yep.
and I'm like, well, I thought we'd run 81 or 80 flat. That's kind of what I was thinking.
Well,
Going with the cylinder out.
probably would have went 83 maybe on 8.
I'd say a little better.
A little better.
than that,
Boy, it really goes flat right before I shut it off, didn't it?
yeah. Yeah.
Rev limiter or?
It must be, because it's like,
Yep, right on.
and the thing's got like the power levels down so much on it. It's just like, now we're bothering you.
Yeah.
So.
I'm happy with that, dude.
No, I am too. I'm pretty happy. I'd like to. Of course, we need to fix that cylinder. Like tomorrow, we'll see what everything looks like, but the conditions aren't going to change much.
No.
And I know, like, that was one of our last. I think we have one more softer disc for the center, and then after that, it gets a little bit harder. Rockwell wise, so if I had to bet, that center disc probably wore some, but
Drive shaft looks a little fast earlier, or is that just compared to last week? Is what I'm.
it's not bad early.
No, it's not.
It slows right here. Right here
I'm
is like,
saving that air conditioning.
Yeah. That was solid. With a hole out.
yeah, center disc.
Yeah.
So we kind of figured that.
Yeah.
36. That's all right.
Why did we put a hole out?
I think because
clutch.
it
I
kind of
think-
pumped through the clutch here, and then it just put that hole out. But I mean, really, to be honest, like the shaft speed is below, obviously, what we had at Sonoma first round. Let's see, in that Q3. I mean, it's still below that. So, I mean, up until that point, I think it's pretty safe.
I agree. It just looked.
It
Well,
looks
I guess where
smooth.
it dropped back down, it made it.
Yeah. there's the motor there, and then first round the motor was a little stronger.
Yeah.
I mean, we got 4,000 feet. Did you get a time slip? No.
I wonder if it might be in the tow vehicle. Like I said,
Okay.
I got left.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Cool.
Yeah, I sat there, I saw that cylinder go out, and I'm like, I don't want to shut it.
Were you sitting there with your finger on the button?
Oh yeah, I sat
Which
there
way was it?
and I told Doug I had an argument with myself. This good guy save parts, bad guy let it run.
Yeah.
Let it run. No, shut it up. Let it run. Then by the time you said 386.
There you go. That's right. There you go.
I think the long way around.
What's up, brother?
Hey, it's the one and only Clay Milliken.
Gotta get that content.
That is one of the coolest dudes I know, in all seriousness.
I love that he's out here like as a casual fan. He's got the YouTube. For those of you who don't know, this is Nitro School, and instead we're going to give you the Clay Milliken dialogue here, right? But Clay does great stuff. Like, you'd look at Clay and you're like, wow, man, like, there's an old fart driving a top fuel car, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, man, he doesn't know anything about social media. Clay's YouTube stuff is phenomenal. And if you don't follow it or you've never watched it, I mean, you're going to learn more about this car and racing out here and how to drive one and work on one and all sorts of other random stuff from watching Clay's YouTube than Jimmo and I could ever tell you about right now.
Yeah, he is by far, I think, probably one of the hardest working drivers out here, as far as like, you know, trying to get the fans engaged and understand what we do out here, take care of our sponsors, and I mean, he's just an amazing guy. I've worked with some great drivers, you know, over the years, and I gotta say, he by far like works harder than anybody at making sponsors happy. So.
Uh-oh.
I'm just paying you.
Hey, oh, thanks, Clay. Well, you know how you can pay me, actually? I have my stuff in the trailer if you want me to fill in for you in Q2.
I'm not saying anything, but you may not fit.
Hey, Jason, he's 137 pounds.
So, yeah, what are you trying to tell me, Jimmo?
I'm telling you that neither you or I are going to drive that car.
That's probably fair. That's probably fair. Okay, I know I heard Jason Logan ask, but we got a lot of new fans here, right? How many of you have never been to an NHRA race before? Wow. Look at that. First off, just as an introduction, aside from obviously being the crew chief, for those of you who do not know this man to my left, Jim Oberhofer is the crew chief for Clay Milliken, the Parts Plus team here. He has been on the tour for what, 40 years?
Well, I started in 1985 on alcohol
37
funny cars, so
there you go.
It's been quite a while. Professionally since 1988.
Yes, he has won more races than he could probably remember, at more tracks than he could probably remember.
Yeah, no, I've had it. I tell you what, I've had a great career as a crew member, as a crew chief, as a general manager. I'm happy with everything I've done in my life in drag racing.
And now he gets to work with Clay Milliken every day, which is like
that's awesome.
The creme de la creme.
Because that guy, he smiles all the time.
He
We
does.
could
He is a
come
happy
back,
man.
smoke the tires, and lose a round, and he will still smile. He doesn't change. He is truly just an amazing guy that's happy all the time, and that's what I love about him. His positive attitude it's contagious, let me tell you.
All right, 91 degrees out. I don't know what the heat index or real feel is, but if you look it up, it says excessive heat warning. We are going to go up there and just try to keep this thing on 8 cylinders. If it does that, it's going to be really, really good. We're pretty pleased with the last run. Needed a little more clutch to keep some load on the engine to keep it from dropping that cylinder. But we made some adjustments. Hopefully the track will hold, and we went 86 yesterday. We're going to try to go quicker than that on Q2 here.
Ready?
Always. see, 556, 117 is not better than what we ran yesterday. We were definitely pushing to see what we could get away with. 850, 60 foot's a little slower than yesterday. Track temp currently 137 degrees. What we were trying to get away with did not work, obviously. Felt like it went a couple hundred feet, and at that point got the tires loose, shut it off. We'll get it ready for Q3. It's hot out. It was good till it wasn't, Jimbo.
Yeah, it looked fast early. Like it was, like you could tell, like it was
A lot of wheel speed.
like a lot of wheel speed early.
Anybody doing anything?
I just turned this on, and it's like, you know, there were some 84s and stuff like that, so I'm not real sure.
Ooh, it's real fast turning.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, you know, I thought about taking some primary off, and I'm like, well, let's see if we can get away with what we did yesterday.
Well, yesterday you said that it could take more.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you followed your gut.
Follow my gut, that didn't work.
No, it will. It will. Watching everybody else's times and everything, it's like you're just dealing with some shitty conditions.
Oh, yeah.
Track-wise, air-wise.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Pretty bad. I was hoping to do good that run.
We are ready to roll up for Q3. Last run, track temp, 137. Outside temp, 97. A little bit ago, 30 minutes ago, track temp was 140, but it's now cooling back down. It's back down to 137 again. But we're ready. Jimmo's made some adjustments, back it down just a little bit, but still trying to improve on what we did on Q1 yesterday. It's just unusually hot out. It's crazy. But I think we're ready to go. See what we can get out of this thing. It's almost go time. All right, 483 at 150. Obviously, is not an improvement over a 386 yesterday. Hot out. I don't know what track temp was, but like I told y'all before we went up there, it was 137. I know when we went up, we had it back down. I did see Jimbo make a lot of adjustments in between the time I was in the car and by the time we ran. I think it went a little further. It did not improve any in 60 foot, 854. Last run we were 850. So, at this point, we just got to get ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow morning it'll be a little better, but then it'll get just this hot again, I do believe. Anyway, guys, we'll see what happens. That looks much better, actually.
Yeah, it does. It just, I think it just pulled on it too hard.
I don't know if Troy told you what I said. I said it did not like much from making it.
Yeah.
Like I could just feel it.
This is what got us right here.
Yeah, got it spinning.
So yesterday it went through the clutch right here. Today it didn't. It stopped the clutch. I got to get more aggressive. So the wear was down. So the clutch got accelerated.
Yeah.
Because the wear was down. It stopped the clutch one time. Really, I got to get back here. It's got to. This is where it got in trouble.
Didn't need much.
No, this is the deal where it's just got to stop the clutch.
Yeah.
If the wear's going to be that low. Either that, or you just push the clutch out, which I did push this one out. Yeah, it was close.
Well, that's a wrap on qualifying. And I'll bet you guys and gals cannot guess who we're going to race first round tomorrow. Giving you a moment to think about it. Yep, you're right. Josh Hart. We're 8 and 9. We're going to do it again. Guess how far apart we were in qualifying? 3 thousandths. So we get to race old Josh again. If it's anything like last time, it'll be a nail biter. Hopefully this time the wind light comes on our side of the racetrack and not his side. And hey, if it's another 3 thousandths at the finish line like last week, that would be awesome. But I hope it's our win light this time, that's for sure. Guys, as always, appreciate you watching, liking, subscribing, sharing. Man, we passed that 41,000. We are going to give away a piston. Got to randomly pick that out. I am actually excited. The channel's growing. Let's head to that 50. When we hit 42, we're going to give away something else. Folks, see you in the next one.